Aloha. Really quick. G major and G major and G major can be played with three different fingerings. When we play G major to a C major to a D major back to a G, we're exhibiting being able to play a 1 to a 4 to a 5 to a 1. Standard. If we play a G to a C to a D to a G, standard, but with different fingerings. And then, of course, G to a C and then a D and then back to a G, standard. So if you could do that here with a G, try and move that up to a G sharp. Play a G sharp, a C sharp, a D sharp, and then back to a G sharp. Even if you need to call this an A flat, and you need to look at this one and see this as a D flat, and then this one as an E flat, you can definitely do that. All of those work. But being able to do that for each one of these frets is absolutely mandatory, because that means we're gonna stop guesswork and we're gonna start finger work. Our finger work should start of not playing a D so much this way anymore, but more or less like this, so we can get our D to a D minor. Same reasoning why we play a G major, mostly like this. So we have an easy transition to a G minor. All these things line us up. The modal work we talked about today, here's a quick recap, and I hope this does make sense. In the key of G major, you can only have an A dominant or an A Dorian, meaning that second mode has to be A Dorian. A minor is not found in any other key as a Dorian as it is in the key of G. There is an A minor in another key, like a C major, but that is the 6th scale degree, an Aeolian. We'll talk about this more in the future, but the takeaway from this week today, G major, C major, D major in one fingering. Keep doing that with different fingerings, and eventually you're gonna be able to move that fingering up, so even when you're playing a B major, you'll know that that's a D major, you'll have an E major, and a B. What happens is all these chords become super relative to themselves. If you want to go ahead above and beyond, try playing the G, the C, and the D, and then switch out your last, the D, for a B minor, which is its relative minor. When you keep going up, you will see that that process happens everywhere, and it sounds beautiful. I enjoyed seeing you this week. Until next week. Hello.